All right. Here's the thing. You're not leaving the court today. You're either going to safety or either you're going to be revoked. That's what's going to happen here today. And the reading 2024 CR 2942, State of Texas versus Patricia Munoz. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Is that done for the state, Your Honor?
Anthony Cantrell for the defendant.
And are you Miss Munoz?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you entered a plea of no contest to count one on June 10th. Excuse me, don't talk behind the court reporter. That's okay. You all just ask the deputy to move you to the end. On June 10th, you entered a plea of no contest to count one. The court found there was sufficient evidence to find you guilty. Court deferred finding of guilt as you had applied for deferred adjudication. You entered a plea to aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. State was silent on your application. And it appears that the punishment is to be assessed at a cap of 20.
Yeah, I believe counsel, from what I remember, state was silent and then range of punishment being up to 20, but I believe.
This is what you all have written.
I apologize, I'm like, Rush, that's my bad. Yes, Your Honor, yeah, in the event that you didn't grant deferred, then yes, that would be the request below the line. Yes, Your Honor.
No. So your plea bargain agreement, according to what I'm reading, is her sentence is to be assessed at a cap of 20 years in the prison, and the state is silent on her application. Is that what I'm reading here?
That's right. And then I'm just saying below the line, Your Honor, just what we had written, in the event that it was, that would be the request or the ask.
We're back on the record. So that the plea bargain can be clear. According to the plea bargain agreement, the state is going to be silent on your application for deferred adjudication. So that means they are not going to tell the court that they want you to have deferred, and they're not going to tell me that they don't want you to have deferred. They're saying that if I don't grant your application for deferred adjudication, the most time I can sentence you to is 4 years. Can you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear and affirm that the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you can lower your hand. What I just explained to you, do you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you understand the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you have any objections to the state and your attorney adding that as a part of the plea bargain agreement?
No, no.
All right. So have both parties had a chance to review the PSI report? State.
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense.
Yes, Your Honor.
Any objections to the PSI report? State.
Nothing from the state, Your Honor.
Defense.
No, Your Honor.
All right. Any witnesses? State.
Nothing from the state, Your Honor.
Defense.
Just my client.
All right. You may inquire.
Please state your full name for the record.
Patricia Nicole Munoz.
And Ms. Munoz, have you ever been convicted of any other felony?
No.
And did you recently obtain your children in civil court?
Yes.
How many children do you have?
5.
And are you taking care of them yourself?
Yes.
Do you have help from your mother and grandmother?
Yes. I do.
Mother-in-law.
Yes, I do have a very good support system.
Have you done things in civil court to help you with respect to taking care of your children
Yes, I have.
and helping yourself?
Yes, I have.
Did you complete the family violence prevention services?
Yes.
And you did this on your own, right?
Yes.
And are you in elite counseling at this time?
Yes, I am.
And have you done this on your own also?
Yes.
And that was also suggested by the civil courts that you do that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you don't have a family violence case though, do you?
No, sir.
With respect to drug use, when was the last time you used any drugs?
In 2018.
And so you've been clean since then?
Yes, sir.
And who do you work for now?
For Santana Primary Healthcare
And how long have you been working with them?
for more than 10 years.
So that's the only job you've ever had?
Yes, sir.
And you still have that job to this day?
Yes, sir.
How has your life changed without your the father of the kid that was Child Protective Services was involved in with him being out of the picture and you taking care of the children yourself?
Taking accountability for my actions, bettering myself for my children as well as myself. Just having a good support system. And pretty much just trying to better my life for me and my children.
So with respect to this case in itself, there was an issue with one of the boyfriends, one of the girlfriends of the person you were dating at that time?
No, it's actually his niece.
I'm sorry, you need to speak up.
It was my daughter's father's niece.
And she was saying bad things about you.
Yes,
And that was because you were having the child custody issues?
yes,
And you regret what happened in this case?
yes, I do.
And if the judge were to give you deferred adjudication, will you follow all the rules and regulations, everything that she asks of you?
Yes,
Past witness.
Any
No,
questions?
they're silent.
No questions, Your Honor.
How many children do you have?
I have 5.
What are their ages?
9, 7, 5, 4, and 1.
All right, and who's helping you take care of these children?
I am. I have my mother and I have my mother-in-law as well that are helping me.
And is the CPS case still open?
Yes, ma'am, it is.
All right. And do you have documentation that she's doing well in CPS?
Judge, I know that she was awarded custody of the children and they're trying to terminate the father's, one of the fathers who was involved in the CPS matter because he was not getting involved in that. I don't have the documentation with me at this time.
All right, so who's your CPS worker?
Angie Steinow?
All right, if you all want to call the CPS worker, see if the CPS worker wants to zoom in so that I can ask some questions. All right, so if you all step
Will
back, I'm
that
sure she
also-
has the CPS
Would that
worker's
also
number.
continue?
We're back on the record in 2024 CR 2942, State of Texas versus Patricia Munoz. We do have the caseworker by Zoom. Could you pronounce your name for me, please?
Angie Steinow.
All right, Ms. Stownell, if you could raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Angie Steinow.
And do you know Ms. Patricia Munoz?
Yes, I do.
All right, are you the caseworker involving her family case?
Yes, I am.
All right, are you her caseworker, or the children's caseworker, or the family's caseworker?
The family's caseworker with Family Drug Court.
All right, can you tell me what is her status in drug court? How is she doing?
Ms. Munoz is almost completed the Family Drug Court program. She has successfully been engaging in individual counseling, family and group counseling with her domestic violence and her substance abuse treatment. She has been randomly drug tested throughout the duration of the case, including hair follicles, which she has tested negative. She also has been reunified with her children since May the 3rd, and the department has done very frequent visits, almost weekly and bi-monthly for the last couple of months. And she's been compliant, doing really well.
When is she due to expire from or graduate from your drug court program?
I believe it's the end of this month. She is in the stage 5 of Family Drug Court, which is the last stage.
And do y'all provide aftercare after graduation or no?
Yes, we do. And she also has a sponsor and a relapse plan.
And how long is your aftercare after she graduates?
It's at least 6 months, and she will continue to do NA meetings.
And in your aftercare program, how often are you all still supervising, viewing the children to see that everything is going well?
We don't particularly observe the children, as CPS will be closing out their case as well. So that will be Ms. Munoz going to the continued aftercare program on her own.
All right, so then in your aftercare program, how do you specifically supervise Ms. Munoz?
She will continue to report to her, one of the counselors at Elite Counseling.
And how often does she report to elite counseling in the aftercare program?
Twice a month.
All right, and if there are any issues with her reporting in elite counseling, are you all made aware of that?
Yes, we are.
All right, any other questions?
Nothing from the state.
No, Your Honor.
All right, a final question for me then. Do you think she would be a danger? I'm assuming you all don't think she would be a danger to her children, otherwise you would not be closing out the case. But do you have any concerns about her interaction with the children or any concerns for her children if she were allowed to be placed on probation in this court?
No, I don't.
All right, do you think there are any conditions that this court should set to make sure she stays on the right path?
No.
All right. Anything else? All right, thank you. Thank you for zooming in.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you.
All right. All right, court's going to sentence you to 8 years deferred adjudication. I always ask for parenting classes, but if you completed parenting classes, you'll just need to provide the parenting classes that you've completed through family drug court. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, there's going to be proof of employment within 40 days. There should be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors.
Judge, may I interject on that is what she has been doing for the last 10.
Doing what?
as
Healthcare,
judge.
healthcare provider.
And her whole life she's been doing it.
Well, here's the thing. I don't allow people to be healthcare providers when they're on probation in this court. If you want to be a healthcare provider, then there needs to be notice given to whoever you're employed with saying, I know this is what she's charged with. I know she's on probation for this amount of time, and the person that you're providing the healthcare for also needs to be made aware of that. And I need that in writing saying that they have no problem. Otherwise, you're not allowed to do it.
Yes, Your
And
Honor.
let me just tell you, I'm not treating you any differently than anyone else. The reason why I do that is because sometimes these home healthcare providers, they would just hire people. They go into people's homes. Nobody knows that this person is on probation, has a theft, has an abusive history, and they're leaving them with somebody vulnerable. So I'm not going to allow her to be a home healthcare provider probation unless she provides a letter from her employer, and that employer states, and it's notarized, that they're aware that she's on probation for aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, and they're aware of her criminal history. And whomever she is providing the health care to, the individual, they need to provide a notarized letter saying, we know that she's on probation for aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. Here's her history, and it needs to be notarized, and they have no objections. Otherwise, she will not be able to do that.
Understood.
There's to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person. There's to be regular random UAs. You can do the UA or the patch. Probation will explain to you the patch costs more. There's to be no contact with Miranda Medellin. And for the record, the court did not receive any documentation in the PSI from Miranda Medellin. And there's also to be no contact with Renee Vasquez II. There's to be 120 hours of community service restitution. I'm going to order parenting classes. If you provide proof that you completed parenting classes through family drug court, that will be deemed satisfied, and the community service hours will be deemed satisfied. Field visits, one time per month for 4 months. And that one time per month is to begin November of 2024. I'm trying to time it a little bit, probation, with when CPS ends their contact with her. There is to be drug treatment, or I should say continued drug treatment with elite counseling. And you're to report 2 times per month with them. Probation, is there anything else she needs?
No, Judge.
Is there anything else you need from the court to be successful?
No, Your Honor.
All right, did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to
Judge.
own.
There is no family violence in this case.
No, there is. No, there is.
She's not related to any of those people. And
There is.
we discussed that. We discussed that last time, also. Prior to-
No. This is the niece. These are all family members. And she said it's the niece of the father of her child. Did she not say that?
Yes.
These are family members. So there is an affirmative finding of family violence. And because there's an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
And with regards to the affirmative finding of family violence, it's in the family code. I follow it. If for some reason people believe my interpretation of the family code is incorrect, we can always revisit that. But for now, my interpretation of the family code is this is an affirmative finding of family violence. And my hands are tied. I can't say I'm not gonna have an affirmative finding of family violence. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
All right, we're off the record. Make sure you stay in contact with your probation officer. If there is an issue, let the court know and we'll take it up. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Good luck to you.
Thank
Court is calling 2021 CR 2910W, State of Texas versus Rick Anthony Contreras. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state
Jason Garahan, Your Honor.
defense?
Charles Bunk for Mr.
And-
Contreras.
And are you Rick Anthony Contreras?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you review the documents entitled Motion to Enter Adjudication of Guilt and Revoke Community Supervision and First Amended Motion to Enter Adjudication of Guilt and Revoke Community Supervision with your attorney?
Yes, Your Honor.
And did you understand it?
Yes.
Are you the same Rick Anthony Contreras who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2021 CR 2910W for the offense of possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1, 4 grams to 200 grams on March 30th, 2021 for a period of 4 years? Is that you?
Yes, Your Honor.
State?
Yes, Your Honor. Violated condition number 5 in Bear County, Texas. Defendant Rick Anthony Contreras within their failed to report to the supervision officer as directed for the months of September, October, November, and December 2023. And January, February, March, and April 2024 violation condition number 5.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True. Will waive the remaining violated condition.
Any objections to the state's waivers?
No, Judge.
Did you understand by pleading true to violation condition number 5, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, and sentence you up to 20 years in prison and up to $10,000 fine?
Yes, Your Honor.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 5?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find violation of condition number 5 true. Is there a proposed agreement? All right, state, what are you requesting?
Revocation, Your Honor.
Defense, what are you requesting?
We're requesting, Judge, that he be evaluated for the drug court. And then get treatment, hopefully get treatment as required and recommended by the drug court. Mr. Contreras, he did not report as he pled true. His brother got sick in the end of 2022. His brother passed away December of 2023, which led unfortunately to his not reporting. In addition to that, there was an accident that he was involved in and his wife and son were involved in. His wife was in a wheelchair. As a result of that, she just recently has begun to walk again. So he didn't, while he was dealing with his brother's loss, he also was helping his wife, his then wife, now his ex-wife. He's no longer with that young lady. But he was taking care of his son and helping her recover from the accident. The combination of those things placed him in a position where he began to make some bad decisions and perhaps use some substances that led him into the path to where I believe drug court is something that would absolutely help him. He's asked me about it. I've explained to him that it's intensive and, is a difficult trail, but he says, hey, that sounds like something I could really use. So we're asking the court to refer him to the drug court. And then whatever they recommend he do, he's ready to do it. So I think he's an excellent candidate for that, and we'd like you to recommend, we'd like you to send him there.
All right. Anything your client wishes to say to the court?
Am I correct in what I've said to the court?
Yes, you
You
are.
want to raise your right hand for me?
Yes,
Do
ma'am.
you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Rick Anthony Contreras II.
All right, what drugs are you saying that you've been using?
Marijuana, and I was using methamphetamines.
How often were you using meth?
I was using it every other day.
All right, so I don't understand how you're able to take care of family members, but you're using meth.
I was taking care of my son and everything, but when my brother passed, I just fell into a deep hole. I wasn't using drugs. I was only smoking weed. But when my brother passed, I dove into using meth.
And how old is your son?
My son is 4.
And you're taking a 4-year-old using meth.
No, I was taking care of him, and I stopped because his mom just started to be able to walk. She's able to move and stuff. She was in a wheelchair. I was taking care of him the entire duration of probation.
All right, so when did you start using meth while you were taking care of a 4-year-old?
I wasn't taking care of him when I started using it.
All right, so you waited until his mother could start walking, then you went off to start doing meth.
He started using meth after his brother. His wife had already started to walk again before his brother passed. So she was able to resume care of his son. But shortly after that, his brother passed. And at that point, he started using meth, but he was no longer caring for his son because his wife had resumed the ability to walk and care for their son.
All right, so why are you not reporting?
I didn't report because I was taking care of my son. I was in the, I
And
had
then his brother passed.
my probation.
Don't report because you're taking care of your son.
No, ma'am. My probation officer had sent me a text message telling me that I had a failure to report. She's putting a warrant out for my arrest. I continued working at the same job. I didn't want to go to jail because I was taking care of my son at the time. I did not want to lose that and put her in a worse position while she was not fully.
So this is what I'm not understanding. I'm trying to
Yes,
get
ma'am.
to the crux of this situation. You're not reporting. You know you're supposed to report. Am I correct in that?
Yes, ma'am.
Why didn't you pick up the phone and call your probation officer and say, the mother of my son has had an accident. She's in a wheelchair. This is what's going on with my life. Can you help me a little bit on the reporting?
Your Honor, I did talk to her. The probation officer that I had was not cooperating with me. My first probation.
So let me stop you there. If that probation officer is not cooperating with you, and I've seen you before because you've been before me before,
Yes, ma'am.
why didn't you come to court and say, Judge, this is what's going on with my life?
I didn't know I could come to court and do that.
No, don't do that because I tell everybody they can do that. People get upset with me sometimes when I tell people, talk to your probation officer. And if you feel as though they're not addressing your issue, you can always come back to court. We're here Monday through Friday. I tell everybody that. I tell everybody that when they're placed on probation. And then when they have a motion to revoke from me, I always ask them, is there anything else that we can do to help you that you feel that you need? And then I tell them again, if you feel as though probation is not addressing some issue, you can always come back to the court.
Yes, ma'am. I'm sorry about that. My first probation officer was really helpful, and she helped me a lot through all of my stuff. She would help me with my field visits. If I wasn't able to make it home in time or the field visit stopped, she would send them to my job.
All right. Any questions,
No, Judge.
defense state? All right. Here's the thing. You're not leaving the court today. You're either going to safety or either you're going to be revoked. That's what's going to happen here today. And the reason why I'm leaning towards you going to safety is because you have a son. He's young. Maybe you can get your life together, stop using drugs, and be there for him. But you're not leaving the courtroom today. So you have a choice. These are your choices. And there are no other choices that you have. One, I continue you. You're going to SafeP. SafeP is a 9-month program.
Yes, ma'am.
You're going to be in custody. Number 2, I'll revoke you and I'll give you 4 years. Those are your 2 choices. And if you want to discuss it with your attorney, you can discuss it with your attorney.
Can I discuss it with him? as well?
Yes.